the registration has begun, so that's the important part. Okay. So sorted. Chaliye then. Everyone, if I'm audible, please write in the comment section there. There's a comment section towards your right hand side, I believe. So just write it there if I'm audible to you as well as clearly visible. Please let me know. I've just written there. If this part is visible to you, please let me know, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so I'll be taking up the specific area of ABFM. Everyone on the YouTube, I hope I'm audible. Chaliye then. What am I going to deal with today? First of all, when we talk about ABFM, this particular subject is all about practical as well as theoretical part. There are two of these modules which are pure practical, two modules which are almost theory only. So that's what we'll be dealing with in this entire subject. Acha, very, very important thing, everyone. The registration has begun. This was the topic that I started with. The registration for this examination has officially begun. The registration has started from this 3rd of September and it is till 23rd of September. Please go for early registrations so that you can get the slots as per your requirement, as well as there's one more important thing, not only your slots but also your examination center as per your requirement. If you are going for early registrations, then definitely this particular thing is available to you. Okay, so that's one particular important area, and decide your elective subject as early as possible, because this will help you to fill up your examination form in a better way for sure, because you'll be clear now ki what am I going to fill in that particular area. That is definitely going to help you there. Achha, everyone, please share the particular session, like the particular session, and subscribe to the channel as early as possible, because I'm going to come up with a lot of classes in the upcoming time period. So please go ahead and check it out. Acha, everyone, let's talk about the topic today. We're going to talk about in detail what exactly is ABFM and how do we proceed further with it. Brian sir, am I audible as well as visible clearly now? There's no trouble there. I think from my side, I can see there's no problem there. Thank you, Pranav sir. Done. Chaliye. Now let's look at this particular topic in detail. Overall, how many modules are there? There are 4 modules. And is ABFM scoring? Let's talk about that part first. Now, orientation is all about knowing whether this examination is scoring or not. Just like if I talk about BFM, to be very honest, I've seen my bankers telling me, ma'am, BFM is very, very tough. I scored 49 this year. Ma'am, I could not clear this examination in the first attempt. I'll be going for the second attempt. Such kind of things I have heard about ABFM very, very less. When I talk about the bankers that I'd seen in the entire period, ABFM has been introduced. There is a very, very less chance there the people are getting stuck with ABFM if they are studying properly. All those bankers who have studied properly, they've always got more than 50, not only 40, but not only, it is actually more than 55, 60 marks I've seen. This year, I think my bankers went up to more than 70 marks in ABFM as well, who were studying with me in the May attempt there. So when I talk about ABFM, is ABFM scoring subject? Yeah, it is a scoring subject. It isn't that this particular subject is very, very tedious to understand. Is it lengthy? It is. Another important question is it lengthy? It is very lengthy. It takes a little while to finish it off. Let's talk about the particular subject in detail there. When we talk about the modules there, today we are going to just talk about the syllabus so that you know what are you dealing with and how we should pursue. When we talk about module A and module D, these two modules are exclusively theoretical. They are very much scoring, but Another point which many bankers have asked me on the last day when the examination is just about to happen, that ma'am, can I leave module B and C? No, you cannot. The problem is the examination is of 100 marks. That means on an average, each and every module is given or allotted 25 marks each. If you prepare for 50 marks only, you will end up scoring 40 or below. If you prepare for 100, then you will get in the 70s or 60s maybe, right? So this is one particular reality, because BNC has technical part as well. So being a little honest towards being a human there. So I think when we talk about the examination, you will be very clear about the fact that you cannot leave any module. Go for all the modules in detail because it is important. Okay, so don't think about leaving any specific chapter. Rather, if I talk about module D, there's a particular chapter called SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Companies. This particular chapter is the smallest chapter. This has the least number of pages. Hardly 10-page chapter is there. But in the first attempt and second attempt, they got maximum number of questions from SPAC. And I was looking at the fact that the SPAC, 6 questions from SPAC. That too, in almost every single shift they had entered this particular, they have got this particular chapter in such a bulk there. We were looking at SPAC is one particular chapter which is the shortest one. Why are they putting so much of effort towards uh, including such chapters in the examination? So there is no specific thing called ki pata hai, this is the trend in terms of ABFM. This is how it is gonna work. This is not true, right? So that's one particular reality I want you to understand, that when we talk about ABFM, there is no specific module that you should leave. Can we leave the numerical part? No. There are questions that they are asking from the numerical part in terms of theory. So that means many people will come and say, "Ki, ma'am, why did we study the numerical part?" Because there are more questions from the theory. If you go through the theoretical question, they have given questions based upon the formulas. So if you know the formula, you can do the theory question. If you don't know the formula, you won't be able to do the practical question or theoretical question both. So there you have major problems if you just restrict yourself towards theory. The first module is management process, or module A. This particular module is the most scoring module. Why? Because this has got such cute, simple, sweet chapters. When I use the word cute and sweet, the problem is that this particular chapter, this particular module has a lot of philosophers' names, school of thoughts, and that's the only problem. Otherwise, this particular topic is so much scoring that you will get maximum number of marks from this area in terms of the management of process, then management basics of management, then we have the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. This is basically about, see, what do you mean by management? Managing people, managing men tactfully. I am getting the work done through others, so I really have to make sure that they are happy with us. See, if a person is working with us, he's my junior, and I want to make sure that my work is being done properly, I'll have to treat him nicely. Or I'll have to be very strict towards him. Ki dekhe, if you won't do the work properly, I will have to remove you from your position. That means there can be positive motivation, negative motivation. But I'll have to tell them about the working. That means communication is also important. I'll have to place good people into the working. That is a part of staffing. So when we talk about management process now, this is about bringing people into the organization, bringing resources in the organization, and making it work. First chapter is all about different philosophies, different school of thoughts, how people came about this particular term called management, how did they build it up. That is it. Then you have unit 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Achha, everyone, there are many particular chapters where you can use acronyms or mnemonics. Mnemonics means simpler terms where you can learn the sequence very easily. You can use the term POSDCO. This is actually the term called POSTCORB, which means planning, P for planning, when you start planning things in advance. Then you arrange all the resources for it, which is organizing. Then you arrange people. If I have got the resources, then I need people. AI cannot do everything right now. it helps, but ultimately humans are inevitable or inescapable in requirements. You need humans. That means staffing. Staffing, then we have D for directing. If you get people into your organization, you need to tell them. Even if I get some house help, now I'll have to tell her that this is the specific area, this is the area where you have to work. So what when we talk about organizing the organizing staff of the organization, when you bring people into the organization, you have to tell them what to do and what not to do. Otherwise, they will not work properly. And then, if things are not going as per the plan, why aren't the things going as per the plan? That is a part of controlling. So that's the first module, everyone. Then we have the second module. Second module is the most important module, everyone. First module is very, very scoring, but when I talk about the second module, this is the most important module because this lays down the foundation for not only the module B plus module C, but it also lays down the foundation for module D. That means if you do module B properly, C and D are easily understandable. You can understand the next two modules very easily just because you are doing module B properly, right? So these are the different chapters. Achha, I'm also going to let you know which particular chapters are super important. So whenever you are going for the classes there, please make sure that you are attending these topics in live classes. They are so important and they are very much scoring as well. They're always asked in the examination. They do not miss on these particular chapters. So those chapters includes number 1, sources of finance and financial strategies. Very, very important chapter. You cannot leave unit number 7 at all. This is the first numerical chapter that you should be doing. Without this chapter, module D is very difficult to understand as well. So module B, unit number 7 is very, very, very important. Not only from the examination point of view, but also from understanding point of view of the subject. Then module B, second chapter is unit number 8, financial and operating leverages. This particular chapter is normally asked in the form of case study, getting you around 5 to 6 marks in the examination. It was asked in the examination this way only in the last attempt, right? So I think that gives you a lot of win-win situation because you get all the particular topics from this area. So I would say a very scoring chapter again. You cannot skip module B, unit number 8. Next is unit number 9. Same thing goes for this particular unit as well. Unit 7, 8, and 9. These 3 units nobody should be skipping at all. Reason that these 3 units are the reason that you can understand the next entire module B, module C, module D. When we talk about unit number 10, you can understand only if you understand unit number 9. Unit number 11 again has concepts which are based upon unit number 9. Then you go on to the module C. This is module C. In the module C, unit number 14 is based upon module B, capital budgeting chapter, right? Then 15th again based upon that specific area. So there are multiple chapters which are going to be based upon the specific area of exclusively unit number 9. So unit number 9 is very, very important. All the practical questions of it are very important as well. The numerical chapter, this is always asked in the examination, very scoring, and at the same time, it requires little effort. So unit number 7, 8, and 9, everyone, please make sure that you are attending this particular topic without a miss and making sure that you are attending in live classes. Okay, unit number 10 is basically an extension of unit number 9. It's like if I am telling you I want to buy a car, you'll be asking me, why do you need a car for your business? I said, if I buy a car for my business, it will generate funds in future for me. Then you will say, justify whether this car buying will be giving you more money or not. So I'm making a justification and looking forward to it, or whether I'm buying it or not. Those decisions are taken as per unit number 9. If it is purely in domestic area, that is, if we are having all these things exclusively in India, it is unit number 9. If we are having it more, if we are having it outside India, then we have to talk about unit number 10. If we talk about buying some assets outside India in dollars, in yen, in terms of Chinese yuan, if I talk about there are pound. Then we talk about unit number 10. That is why unit number 10 is an extension of unit number 9. So 7, 8 and 9 you will have to do in detail and in a proper manner. Unit number 11 is basically, how do I tell you? Achha, everyone, under unit number 9, I said if I buy a car today, now, next year, pakka we will make rupees 10 from this business. You'll be like, how do you know you'll make rupees 10? Maybe you'll make rupees 9. Maybe you'll make rupees 15. There is always risk and uncertainty. Why am I not adjusting that part? That part is in unit number 11. Unit number 11 is mostly a theoretical area and is very, very scoring. Next point is number 12, everyone. Unit number 12 is all about. Achha, everyone, it is all clearly visible now. Deepak sir, Pranav sir, there's a little weather issue in this area, so all I wanted to know is there are no issues in terms of the class there. Okay. Then the next part is unit number 12. When we talk about unit number 12, this is easier chapter, more or less more on theoretical side, but pure finance. So I think if you talk about 7 and 9 being done properly, 10, 11 and 12 are a piece of cake for you. You won't have a problem if you have spent good time in terms of 7, 8 and 9. Achha, next part, this module, module C. Module C has got the lengthiest chapter of the entire book. That particular chapter is normally asked in the examination every single time. There are certain topics which are the examiner's favorite topics. So we have got those topics consistently in the last 3 examinations. So we can expect it in this year as well. And I'll tell you about those topics as well. So the particular chapter which looks extensively long, there are certain hacks to it as well. Chale, valuation, mergers and acquisitions. Everyone, why do people get married? Many times people get married because of multiple reasons, but one particular reason is they don't want to spend their life alone, right? So you get married. When a businessman is dealing with his business, he finds that it is very much challenging for him to work all alone. He needs more resources, he needs more clients, he needs more hands in the business which are reliable. So what they do is they merge their businesses with others. It's kind of a marriage between 2 different businesses, and they come together and bring out the best of their businesses. But the second part is, why do I look forward towards aligning with someone else? Why should I really merge with some other organization when I can dominate? That means I can acquire the organization or I can buy the organization. That is how we define the specific area of acquisition. And valuation, everyone, see, when people get married, one particular aspect is how much money do you earn. If you're earning good money, then so it is good. Okay, na? If you're not earning good money, why should the other person get married to you? They always about that achha, income is good now. Same thing happens in the particular businesses. When they talk about valuing a business, they are like, if the business valuation is good, then valuation would be really cool for both the organizations together. See, one organization is rich, the second organization is super rich. 2 rich organizations will make very rich, bigger organization. That means in terms of valuation, they'll get stronger. But both of them have to prove that they are worthy of that amount. That is covered in the area of valuation, mergers, and acquisition. Achha, next point, everyone. Valuation, mergers, and acquisition. What is it in this particular topic? The longest chapter, I would say, of the book is unit number 17. Asked in the examination, there are certain topics I'll tell you from this particular chapter which are more important than the other topics. In this particular area, unit number 13 is corporate valuation. Asked in the examination, both numerical part as well as theoretical part. So an important chapter again. But can you understand this chapter without module B? No. First of all, you will have to deal with 7, 8 and 9. The day your 9th chapter is over, the entire book is something which is in your hands. Whatever chapter you want to pick up, you pick up. You'll be able to understand the chapters, provided you were good in chapter number 9. Otherwise, everything is a trouble for you. Now comes corporate valuation, valuing your organization. You want to merge your organization with some other organization. You prove your worth about it now. That is corporate valuation. Company valuation. Then comes discounted cash flow valuation. Now, this particular topic of discounted cash flow is based upon unit number 9, capital budgeting. If you would have done that topic properly, unit number 14 will be done with a snap of a finger and with lesser efforts for sure. So unit number 14 is based upon unit number 9. Unit number 15 is other non-discounted valuation rupees. Achha, what is discounting, everyone? If I tell you after 10 years I will receive 20,000 rupees. 20,000 today is very simple, very small amount. Can I afford 20,000 rupees and I can go ahead? If I'm a single person, I'm not having any family or something, I have 20,000 in my pocket. Can I sustain for the entire 1 month? I think that would be very difficult. You have to pay rent, you have to maintain your own standard of living, you need clothes, you need specific food, you need some. We are working very hard. The corporate life is definitely very challenging. So by the end of the day, you need some recreational activities as well. That means 20,000 today is a very nominal amount. After 10 years, what will it become? Right? When we were kids at that point of time, okay, my grandma used to say, my maternal grandmother used to say that my Nanaji, my maternal grandfather used to earn at one point of time, he was making 2 rupees and they were able to sustain very well. Their groceries and everything was for a very less amount. That was very long back. I think that if we look at the value of money at one point of time, they used to buy. That's one particular thing I still remember was they used to buy desi ghee with that particular tin box. That was a huge box which used to be for merely rupees 2. Right now, if I want to buy the basic desi ghee, even what's the cost of it? 300 to 500 rupees per kg. Right? What has happened with the money? My mom used to talk about 10 paise in the working days. It was in our country being used. Right now, 10 paise is not used. 25 paise is also gone. 1 rupee is not being used by us. Do we? No. That means value of money over the period of time has definitely varied and has gone down due to inflation, the appreciation of US dollar or any other specific multiple factors that they exist. That means the value of money declines over the period of time. And at the same time, everyone, if I put 1 rupee today in the bank today, compounding happens. 1 rupee with interest, then in the next year invested, then with interest next year invested. The investment goes on and on and on. Hai. So after 10 years, you'll be like, ma'am, what should I invest if I want to get 20,000 after 10 years? What amount I should invest on the year in the year 0, that in the year 20 I make 20,000 or in the year 10 I make 20,000. Matlab, you have to go back. Instead of compounding, you want to come back to the real today. Acha, look at this particular pointer. What is compounding? We remember the formula of compounding, everyone. P1 plus R raised to power N. Compounding happens that if I'm putting money 100 rupees today, next year this 100 rupees plus interest is reinvested. Next year this 100 plus the interest of the first year, interest of the second year reinvested. In this case, the cycle continues for 10 years. After 10 years, if it becomes 1 lakh rupees, I want to know how much money I should have invested today to get 1 lakh rupees in the year 10. In the future, I'm getting 1 lakh. What should I invest today? That due to compounding interest plus interest, interest plus interest, it becomes 1 lakh rupees. That means your future value, if you put money today, is based upon compounding. Future value is basically P1 plus R raised to power N. What if you want to come back? What if you want to find this amount? What I should put today to get this much amount of money in the future? Everyone, when you move towards future, you are multiplying. So when you are trying to come back to the present, what will you do? Multiply or divide? When I'm going into the future, I use compounding formula. I'm going to multiply. That is clear. What should we do when I want to come back to the present? Is it multiply or divide? I'm putting up a poll, everyone. Value of future amount today can be calculated. Okay. Calculated using multiplication. Okay, this is multiply and divide. Everyone, the poll is out. If I'm trying to find out the value tomorrow, what I do is P1 plus R raised to power n. That means this year, then next year, then next year, then next year. You keep on multiplying to find out the value in the last year. In terms of your FD, this is what you do now. If I put 10,000 rupees today, I know what I'll be getting after 5 years. But if I'm getting 10,000 rupees after 5 years, what would be the value today? Am I going to multiply or am I going to divide? The poll is out, everyone. Please fill up the poll. You can see it on your screens. This is a specific feature that we have, everyone. Kanchana ma'am, you took barely 2 seconds to answer. Ashwin sir, you barely took 6 seconds. Okay, you are absolutely correct. The answer is division. When you are going in future, you multiply. When you come back to present, you divide. That's what we do in this case. That is called discounting. Okay. Then we have the other non-discounted. This is an easier model, which you will also find in unit number 13. So unit number 13 done well, 15 becomes a piece of cake again. Unit number 16 very easy. Unit number 18 very easy. Unit number 17 quite lengthy, but a very interesting chapter as well. What do you mean by merger? V and I, Vodafone Idea, they both were dying. They knew that Airtel and Jio has eaten up the entire market. How can you survive? By coming together. They formed a merger. If you have a very good company, I buy your company to survive. Coke bought Thumbs Up. Thumbs Up is now no more an individual organization. It is under Coke. That means acquiring. And everyone in this specific room, I feel ki acha nahi, my light shouldn't be here. Acha, I should not keep my camera here. This is called restructuring. You change the position of your organization. You change how the assets are being used, how we are working. They are all a part of merger, acquisition, and restructuring in terms of company. That's unit number. This is your module C. Module C, little lengthy, a lot of financial terms, but very scoring. And in the examination, the questions are medium level, not hard, not easy. They are easy to medium. They're never asking very difficult questions from this particular module because the chapters are already a little challenging. Why to put more challenging questions? So this is also very scoring module. Acha, the last is emerging business solutions. They said that, what do you know about AI? Everyone, we all are learning about AI right now, right? If I talk about artificial intelligence, where do you study about AI? You study about AI in this area. You study about different topics from this specific area in terms of hybrid finance. Hybrid matlab, everyone, mutual funds are something that people are now looking forward to. People have started raising funds from crowdfunding is there. There are different types of earnings that people are making. They're called under hybrid. Hybrid is basically a mixture, right? That means there are primitive things and then you mix and match and then you create a new one. That is hybrid. For example, one is your own money you invest in the organization. It's called debt. If you get money from someone else, it's called sorry. This is outsider funds and this is owners fund. If you and I are in this company, we put money into it. Being owners, what we put is equity. What if we do not have enough funds? We take loans. That is called debt. This is called hybrid finance. Then we have startup finance. I want to start my business. But what kind of business I should start with? And do you know India has given a lot of benefits to those people who are coming up with unique businesses that is covered in the startup finances. Private equity and venture capital. Everyone, I'm a big company already. You saw the potential. You said you are already a big company. You want more money. I said, yeah, definitely. Then you give me money and I look forward to it. This is called private equity. Big established organizations being a part of my organization so that I can expand further. You have seen Shark Tank India. People believe in this company that this company will definitely grow. So they give money to those startups. And if they want, if they are very strong, they can actually eat up the entire startup's idea and make it their own company. That is venture capital. Then we have unit number 22, AI based. Then unit number 23, you understand business from the point of view of technology. Then we have green and sustainable financing. Understand this world from the area of green. For example, we have green bonds. I issue some kind of bonds to you. I raise money from you, and then I set up a solar power plant. I set up a hydro power plant. Those things are covered under unit number 24. Sustainable financing. Matlab you are looking forward towards a business which does not hamper the entire world. And last is, as I told you, unit number 25 is PAC, 10-page, smallest chapter of the book, and yet it was asked for a good number of marks in the examination. So none of these chapters should be taken in a casual way. We'll do it. Acha, one more thing. Let's discuss a few important things. We'll be starting with module B and C further. There are a few things which I want everybody to look forward to. Number one, always keep your calculator with you. Okay, calculator is compulsory. Why? So that you become used to those calculators. Whatever calculator you use, this is my calculator. The calculator that I bought is basically Casio. You can buy it for any other brand. But I would say always buy a good recognized brand-based calculator because they work for a good number of years, not months. It works a good number of years. Then at the same time, whatever calculator you choose, it should be non-scientific. And at the same time, when you are buying your calculator, now for example, I bought a calculator which is bigger than my palm. That means whenever I'm clicking on the specific keys, now I don't really have to mess it up. Ki, Acha, here is one, here is two. No, I can actually just keep my calculator in my hand, and my hands can work in a faster pace because the keys are big enough. So make sure you find a calculator with your ease. Number two, everyone, if you're getting a calculator, number two, always keep a notebook with you to note down the most important points or whatever new you are learning. If you are not from the finance background, how will you learn all those things? You need some time now. So please make sure that you have these two things, notebook plus pen and calculator with you once we start with the specific classes. Along with this, we have also got test series. You also go ahead and take up the unit tests, unit-based testing after the particular topic is over, and also review the marathon that we'll be reading by the end. So let me tell you, if you have already enrolled for the course, what have you got? And if you haven't enrolled for the course, then what you should do. We'll be looking forward towards the basics of this specific topic very soon. That means from tomorrow onwards, we're going to start with the specific basics of this particular book. And what am I following, everyone? I strictly follow Macmillan book. I do not follow any other resources. That means if you're going for the resources that we'll be dealing with, it is all taken from the book itself. Even the numerical questions that I'll be making for you in that particular area, they are also from the book because they are directly giving questions from the book itself. So you really don't have to worry whether you should go for separate classes or something just because you are looking forward towards classes. Next, once you have taken up the course, Macmillan books, test series, everything is covered here. So if I look at the CAIIB November 2024, everyone, look at this part. What are we going to do basically? Go on to the area of www.247.com. For example, you have taken up the Revolution batch, everyone. There are 450 hours of online live classes, 144 test series are available, and 150 ebooks. What do you mean by ebooks, everyone? Look at this part. There it is. You have ebook for ABFM as well. There are 25 units. Matlab each and every chapter is explained separately. Right? Once you have taken the particular course, and you will find this particular unit-wise chapters there which you can study and quickly prepare those topics. Right? So, and in terms of test series, even you will find topic-wise tests as well. So that's one particular thing which is really beneficial for you when you're going for this specific area. And then we have live classes. If I talk about the live classes, then what happens is if you are not able to attend the live class, it's absolutely fine. You can watch the recordings later on. Done. Acha, one more thing, everyone. Just click on the area of buy now. Use the code Y5. Use the code Y541 and apply it. You will get it for 81% discount right away. So I think that's one particular benefit that you can reap if you go for the particular courses right away. Everyone, especially on YouTube, go ahead, and if you haven't enrolled in our batches yet, then get 81% discount here. And at the same time, there is a validity of 6 months. So it's a win-win situation that you are getting it at a good discount. And at the same time, if you feel you need elective batches, elective classes as well, and you haven't decided which particular elective subject you are taking, or you don't want to lose on our sale as well, don't worry. This is where we cover you up in terms of the examination. Go on to the rate of JAIIB and CAIIB. Go on to the rate of CAIIB November 2024. Then look at this part. Mahapack is available. English medium, bilingual, both. Then we have test series, ebooks, marathons of the previous classes, all available. Numerical batches, we had introduced one of the batches in the last attempt. So those special case study batch is also available for you. In the previous attempt, it is there. In the previous batches, it is there. Then the revision batch comes every single year. So revision batch is also available for you. So when you're going for this particular examination, please make sure that you have explored all these options of CAIIB Mahapack 2.0 and you are pursuing as per this area. All you need to do is click on the area buy now, use the code buy 541 and apply it. You will get it for 6174. That took for 12 months, everyone. Double validity is going on, so it's a very good situation for you that you get it. Okay? So, everyone, is there any specific question that you would like to ask? Please let me know. Deepak sir, Pranav sir, Brian sir, everybody else who's there in the class. If there's any doubt, anything that you would like to ask. Chaliye then, let's meet up tomorrow, everyone. We'll be talking about the financial terms and understanding the specific topic. Thank you so much for being there, everyone. Have a nice day. And registration has begun. Please go ahead and start exploring the registration process right away. All the very best. I'll be meeting you tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Bye bye. Take care.